homeless today, church, and because they get up and they got bug time because they don't meet people. Jesus, if him, somebody ought to, somebody, I'm not going to Walmart and get what you got to know. It's time. No, mercy. This request, Jesus could provide a solution and not just help. See, some people want a day pass. Some people want a week pass. But God is not coming to give you a pass. He's coming to give you a way out. Somebody say yes. Well, how is he coming to give him a way out? He said, thou son of David. That is not only identification, but it's an expectation. It highlights that Jesus was the Messiah. It highlights that he was the God who came down to meet the needs and save the souls of the people. When you think about him, Bartimaeus didn't have much expectation of the people, but Bartimaeus had every expectation out of Jesus of Nazareth. That's why he called him thou son of David. Have mercy on me. And if we go on down to verse 48 and 49, and the more he cried, they said, Bartimaeus, you need to be quiet. Bartimaeus, we tired of hearing you. But he cried the more. He said, have mercy on me. And then the Bible said that he cried so much that Jesus to a knee. Who is about them that God can do anything but fail. One thing I love about Bartimaeus, he prayed specifically. You got to know what you're praying for specifically. Somebody say specifically. Oh, y'all ain't say it. Come on and say specifically. Yes, you got to pray knowing that Jesus knows. Even if I don't know what I'm praying for, I know he knows all about it. Here is the creed. When you pray, believe. That's in Mark 11 and 24. Praying is going to get what you need, which leads us to the second thought today. Persistence creates pathways. Somebody say persistence creates pathways. Yes, when you look at the man, he was persistent. He cried out of his pain, not out of his attention. I know people today, they always whining about what somebody did. They're always whining about their experience. I'm not saying it's not legitimate. I'm not saying you're not hurt. I'm not saying that you don't feel bad. But what I'm saying, let your cry come from your pain and not for the attention. Let your cry come to God because you really want to come out of this situation, not out of an excuse. I know people, every time you ask them, it's the same excuse. Well, I'm dealing, where I have. Well, have you considered asking God to remove it, or is it easier to live in it? Oh, God, is it easier to live in the pain because it's complacent? Is it easier to live in anger because you don't want to heal? Is it easier to be mad because you don't have to be bothered? I want to ask you a question. Will you cry out, Lord, have mercy on me? Lord, have mercy on my life. Lord, have mercy on my soul. Somebody say, Lord, my God. He cried out of for attention. To find out above somebody else, baby. Understand other. Cry. A cry from a hunger to a cry from a pain. I understand when a baby has an ear infection or a tooth, that pain, that's a sharp cry. One thing about it, the baby ain't crying because it want to cry. It's crying because it's causing it to cry. When you really cry out of your cause, God will hear. When your pain causes you to cry out and say, Lord, have mercy. You ain't gonna worry about nobody else. He'll hear your faintest cry and he'll answer by and by. Oh God, look at somebody and say, cry out of your pain. Yes, God. Desperation can cause you to elevate, creating a distinct sound. There's one thing to say help. There's another thing to say please. But it's another thing to say come. They tell you if you're in a crowd, if you're getting robbed, if you're getting mugged, even for people who are getting raped, they say don't say help. They say fire. Because when you say fire, don't nobody want to get burned up. Why? Because when you say fire, that means I'm in trouble too. When you cry out for help, that help should allow somebody else to know, hey, I need to be careful. Oh my God, when I cry for mercy, it needs to make you say, Lord, have mercy on me too. Lord, help me too.